going on, guys? I hope you can hear us. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we're joined today with fucking Eyenine, which is crazy because I know I've been a big fan since we first met, and you've been doing some crazy things. Oh, I don't know why that just switched over.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. It's so funny because I just start talking about how we're having technical difficulties, and then I accidentally switch the scenes halfway through. Right. But today we have Eyenine.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? How you
Good
doing?
to be here.
Yeah. So the whole thing of ShotBet. So actually,
does that say -2?
-2. Yeah, I got you.
Give drinks back.
Yeah, we can pour some into mine. So the whole premise of the show is to just have a conversation, and you're an interesting guy. I mean, you've been all over the map. You've opened for some of the craziest people, and we're excited to have you on. So the thing with this show is whoever gets the most likes or reactions, and it's only unique likes. So all of you guys spamming 100 likes, you're only gonna make us drink once. And just so share it to your friends, tell your friends to get Eyenine drunk, and we will be.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, talk about yourself.
All right.
I'm gonna pour myself a drink while you.
I might as well do that too. Eyenine from right here in New Hampshire. Rapper, touring artist. This is gonna end very poorly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, not big on intros, I guess.
Oh, you? No, it's funny because Mike Wing had a similar issue where I was like, oh, go ahead, take the floor, and then he was like, well, I'm Mike Wing, and I'm Mike Wing.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that intrigued me, and we'll start it off right. We'll do a couple gulps to start off. But I know one of the things that intrigued me the most about you right out the gate is your ability to do these faster flows with like perfect. Well, I mean, unless you want to do it once you start drinking.
Oh yeah, God, I'm definitely gonna do it later.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we'll skip right after that. I know you've opened for everyone, like from Wu-Tang. You've done Dead Prez. You've Prodigy. KRS-One. Everyone, all the old school cats, and you bring this flavor that is you can't describe. Your energy like bursts at the seams, and when people watch you, they just get their minds blown by how fast you're articulating and going crazy. I remember Deteriorating was one of those tracks that just slapped me, and I'm sure you're sick of doing this song from what, like 10 years ago?
I haven't. Shout outs to the If in Life that came out on that split CD that we did Secession. I haven't really done it lately, but
yeah, it's one of my it's definitely one of my favorites. But I think the fans are going to be a little upset if we don't.
5?
So you got 5 to start.
Right.
I got 3.
You're gonna count?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, up to you.
I'll count for you.
All right.
Oh.
Perfect. So what we like to do on this show, first off the bat, is react to this cringe clip.
Ooh, okay.
This is kind of I don't know. We have a reoccurring theme where we get really awkward moments in people. We've had pedophiles that we react to that were game show hosts, but with this
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, he's just kissing little girls from for who? Okay. Well, we'll turn it up in a second.
We're soft-spoken in the beginning.
We're soft. Yeah, we're very quiet. We're gonna get loud and start yelling at people. So yeah, this clip is about this guy who's interviewing all these drunk girls. I think it looks like L.A., like Mardi Gras type.
Okay.
And what he's doing is he's saying for $100 he would like to motorboat them, but it's a fake $100 bill that he gives to these girls, and then I'll get more into it because it gets worse and worse as you watch it.
For $100, can I motorboat one of you guys for $100? Motorboat, like.
Yes.
Ready? What?
Check for counterfeit.
Check it. She's checking it.
Let us know how we sound too.
Check it. What do you mean it's counterfeit?
Oh, immediately.
Immediately.
Nice. Okay.
Which happens to be National Motorboat Day. Motorboat for $100 cash.
Is this live TV?
We are live on Pornhub right now.
Pornhub?
for $100 right now.
get to do it with those
I
girls?
can
And
motorboat
see,
you right now.
and I watch.
No, I'm not wearing like a low cut enough shirt for that.
Perfect. We are motorboating girls.
So this
on
dude
6th Street.
does all these
Motorboating.
videos. He
Motorboating
asks
is
to
when
like
you're
buy girls' underwear for like $100, and that's all his series is just like taking advantage of drunk girls. And
I was down here on 6th
God.
Street, and I was
This is the-
with people all the time.
this
So
is the
can I motorboat?
like his content.
No.
But he gets millions of views just doing this stuff. Look. Yeah.
That's the only cool thing I've seen so far in this. Yeah.
And it's
Can I say hello?
oh. Where is it? There's an upcoming clip that
Can
I want to
motorboat
get
your
through.
tits for $100?
No. It's my motherfucking birthday. It's cancer
There's
season.
one where the
Is
girl
this the cringe part?
Go. Post it on
is
your...
awful.
it's awkward, and I think
remember
that
beating my video
there's one coming
a couple
up where the
months ago?
girl
Yeah.
recognizes him from when she did his last episode, and
Take a picture of us.
A picture of.
I don't know what it
Can
is.
I
We'll skip
motorboat
through
you
it.
for $100?
It just gets awkward for the whole time. All right, we're back. So
Does that guy get a lot of views on YouTube?
oh, he gets millions of views,
That's-
and he keeps getting flagged. But like I said, he takes advantage of these drunk girls.
Mm-hmm.
He gives them fake $100 bills to do sexual acts or do similar things, and then on top of it, promotes the image and says uncensored version on my website,
Yeah.
and then sells the footage for money if you visit his website.
Oh, okay. So it's clickbait with like a pyramid scheme going on, kind of.
Pretty much, and it's all like it's obviously very illegal to exchange goods for
Fake money.
currency.
Yeah, you can't.
So I don't know. But speaking of drunk girls, you've toured all over the place.
Yeah.
Do you have any horror stories or?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do. Just girls that have been like, they've like fallen out of bar stools and stuff, and then
geez.
somehow they don't get kicked out, and then they'll just be in the front row. and
Has
they're
anything
Like,
happened to you?
I mean, like during. Is that my phone? Oh, it
know.
is. Wow, I
You're
thought I put
buzzing.
that on
You're going crazy.
silent.
That's fine.
Whoops. I'm just gonna shut this off. Google Pixel 3. So reliable. Yeah, like girls that like had no business being served, but somehow stayed for my set and just
Yeah.
like yelled random things.
Hey,
It's
I've-
always fun because I have a microphone and they don't. But
Yeah, I've had
volume up.
okay. I've had people.
We also have a couple drinks.
Oh yeah, that's you. Yeah.
No, you
Let's
got
go.
one. You have 6.
Yeah, no, I got you. And I got a perfect zit right here, right appeared this morning, and we're good to go. But I've had like girls like two-step fight each other, like
Really?
like old school like Roccos.
Oh, man.
Just freaking whipping arms and trying to fight people, and then they don't get thrown out. They just get talked to, and then they're like, yeah, I'll be okay, and then they cause more ruckus. So I didn't know if like with you touring with, because you've toured with some of the biggest, craziest acts, like old school hip hop legends, and I didn't know if you saw something like behind the scenes, like interacting with like Wu-Tang and RZA and Jizza and
I mean, there've
like,
been some like
Capadonna
fights.
shows.
But, yeah. There's been some fights, but usually, I mean, when I played with them, it was like big venues like Mandalay Bay House of Blues and the LA House of Blues. So like the security.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was nerve wracking. So the
How am
security-
I at 11?
There we go. Yeah, get drunk. Oh, is that 8?
I'm not used to drinking it cold. I'm like getting a brain freeze while I'm drinking.
I know, right? Yeah.
All right, actually, I'm an asshole because you're drinking a lot more than me, and you have like less. So I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
catch
you're
up.
cheating.
This
man's a cheater.
I've learned to like mediate because, I mean, with the Mike Wing episode, I was
Shout
like,
outs to Mike Wing, by
Shout
the
outs to Mike Wing.
I'm not
no
doing the
offense.
shot for one.
For nothing.
Yeah, I watched that one. That was horrifying.
I don't want to get to that point, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I do because I feel like it will just create more dialogue. And so, how did that whole Wu-Tang thing come together? Because I did some research and I saw online that it was RZA who originally saw you at a show and then invited you to Bonnaroo.
It was Rock the Bells.
Rock the Bells?
Right.
Okay. And so you were opening for him? Is that how it all came together?
No, well, in the beginning, we had this benefit show in Portland, Maine, and Wu-Tang had a show the night before, and RZA decided to stay an extra night.
Really?
Yeah, RZA and Daddio, his cousin, and they ended up at our show, and they saw me, and they were like, "Who is that?" and then I had to go through like 3 layers of security, and then I ended up talking to RZA for a little bit. And
Really?
Yeah, and he gave me I gave him my number, and I remember being like, oh, like he's not gonna
He's
call.
never gonna call you. Yeah.
He ended up calling the venue and asking the owner, Ken Bell, the Big Easy back in the day, what my number was. So Ken gave him my number, and then I got a call the next day, and he wanted me to go out to Rock the Bells, so I did.
How soon was that turnaround? Like, was Rock the Bells the following week or the following month?
I think it was like 3 weeks away, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Like less than a month away, I think. It was a long time ago. And then we went backstage, had like all access pass. And then he asked me if I wanted to go on tour with him for A Man with the Iron Fists, and if I had a DJ, which I showed up with El Chupacabra and Il by Instinct, so we all
at
went.
Rock the Bells.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you? Sorry if I didn't catch it, but did you perform on stage during
Rock
the
the Bells? No.
No. Okay. So you were just invited to go there, interact with him, and then he formally asked you to be on tour with him.
Yes.
No shit.
Correct.
So how does that all come? Like, how does that all work? Like, what's your association with Wu-Tang?
Well, surprisingly, they're playing. I think right now in Boston.
Yeah.
I think I was supposed to be there.
I thought that afterwards. I was like, right after we rescheduled, I was like, that's weird that Wu-Tang. I think it's either today or tomorrow.
I'm gonna hear about it tomorrow if I was supposed to be there and wasn't. So yeah, basically, usually whenever they come around, one of them will hit me up, and I'll go. Like Shoop and I or Jesse will go backstage and hang out with him. We were just at the Method Man and Redman not too long ago. I think there was a Ghostface and Raekwon, I think, not too long ago as well.
And is that all of... Why is this auto switching? I'm just gonna turn that off.
Oh, 13. I forget where I was. Was I at 7?
I think you were at 11 with me. We'll do a couple drinks because I was at 13, and then I think I dropped down to 10. So I think people are just playing games and switching back and forth. Yeah, I'm definitely
a good start
next time.
Yeah.
Oh,
no more.
There's a 14.
Barely anything in there.
Oh, my apologies. So yeah, so that just baffles me because obviously, like, growing up in this like old school boom bap age, like all 80s 90s music, and then you're just friends with them.
Yeah.
Is there a particular member that you're closest with? Is it RZA because he's the one who first brought you on tour, or is there like weird connections you have with other members?
I mean, maybe even Killer Priest.
Okay.
Like when Killer Priest used to perform around New England, he had me end his set with doing Typewriter, which is what they all call me, Typewriter.
Oh, really? Oh,
it's a pretty good nickname, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, like one of the shows I wasn't even at. I mean, I wasn't even on. I was just at, and Killer Priest was like, "Yo, this is my homie Eyenine," and like he had my beat, and then I played Typewriter to end his set.
That's so cool. To end his set. That's so cool. That blows my mind just because I mean I've opened for acts, but it's just a small act that's just hitting like, you know, random spots in Manchester. Oh, there you go, perfect. Of course, I feel like we're just bumbling around right now.
No, it's all right. It's only gonna get worse.
We've never had issues like this, and then all of a sudden you show up. I'm like, all right, we're gonna kill it. Yep. We're ahead of time. We're ahead of schedule, and then all of a sudden we're like 15 minutes behind, and then just, you know, shit's falling in front of us, which is fine.
The embodiment of Murphy's Law. You can't even say it first time. Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, I want to just like keep getting so who have you? So you toured with RZA and Jizza
separately, yes.
Separately.
And You God was on the RZA tour as well.
Okay, how was each, like, what were the highlights and lowlights of each of those tours?
Lowlights. The highlights were definitely the shows themselves. They were good. Right. Completely blocked. That's fine.
They're good.
The shows were great. I guess the lowlights, as you put it, would be the travel. Even though I do like traveling, a lot of the times it was rough.
Cat. Crank that in. Murphy's Law, and then
this is great.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just putting a mic in the middle. I have some drinks.
Yeah, I'm still at 13.
People are just watching this car crash right now. They fucking love it.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we'll take a pause on
we'll
that.
take a quick break.
We're gonna go to a video clip where we're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna be so small on the bottom right of the screen that no one's gonna see this. But right now, that's the only thing they can see. So we're gonna watch this. Have you seen the Smash Direct yet?
I have not.
Okay,
I
so
kept
there
it
was
a secret. I almost ruined it because I thought you said it was today, but apparently it was yesterday, right?
Yeah, it just happened yesterday.
Okay, so my roommate came down and was about to talk to me about it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is Smash, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No." He had no idea why I was earmuffing myself, but.
So I have 3 clips from it. We'll wait it out on some of them where we will so it depends on how our conversation goes.
Okay.
But the first one is how it started off, and then I might show the second reveal, and then we can talk about disappointments, because there was definitely some disappointments. Should be. Can you tighten both of these real quick? Can you turn it up on the TV for us, please?
It's a good start. It's my favorite character.
This right here?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did you? So.
Oh, what, Ken?
Oh.
Oh shit!
You're talking about Lil Mac.
I was talking about Lil Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, from my other for the other one.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So Ryu was already in the game.
Right.
So like a lot of people off the bat were kind of disappointed because this is kind of like a clone character. So it's our clone fighter.
Echo, right?
Yeah. Echo.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. So when the last direct happened, they ended with like King K. Rool and stuff, and Castlevania.
Did you hear that the guy that wrote it, he tweeted, he was like, "Oh, I would have spent more than 5 minutes on that name if I had known it would have
been so big."
Yeah.
Really, that's funny. So like they had Castlevania and King K. Rool, and then they all of a sudden they drop this, and I'm like, all right, they're gonna start with a clone and Echo, yeah. But then
Is that
this.
Lil Mac that just got kicked into the screen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn. Making a statement.
And I don't know if you're familiar with Pokemon, but this is from the new generation. It's Cineroar. He's gonna be like a wrestling type character, because there's not really too many wrestling characters in the Smash series, so they decided to put him in because he's a very popular character right now, and they're looking for larger characters. So King K. Rool is on for those reasons, just to have more heavyweights. But he seems to be a good character, but this, outside of the next character, was the only thing that was released. So like Castlevania was so huge, and King K. Rool was a fan favorite that they've been asking for all throughout Smash 4, and then all of a sudden they just give a clone and then a Pokemon when there's already too many Pokemon.
Right. Seemed interesting though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm super stoked. Oh, by the way, for those of you that don't. Yeah, that's fine. For those of you that don't know, me and Mike have an ongoing Smash feud about who's better, and we'll probably settle it tonight. It's unfortunate because we definitely want in the future to be able to stream. So like halfway through the podcast, we'll be like, all right, you want to talk shit about Mario Kart or Smash? Let's do a quick like 1v1 right now live to settle like. But I don't have this set up right now because I left it, of course, in New Orleans. So, but we definitely want to do that moving forward to just settle like old debates of like who's better. But tonight we will probably duke it out, and I know Dill will probably chime in because he's a huge Smash fan. And then I'm sorry to just beat up the Smash, but we'll bang it out while we're here. This is the finale of the Direct, and this was the last character, so everyone was so excited for like Banjo-Kazooie and Geno from Super Mario RPG. There was a lot of requests, and this is what they gave us.
Better fucking be Waluigi. I'm gonna be pissed.
You're gonna be pissed.
God damn it! Really?
Because I watched this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be nothing.
Yeah. This looks like nothing.
Piranha Plant.
Okay.
So like instead of like being
Was there no background music in that on purpose?
Yeah.
That was weird. All right.
Yeah. Like obviously there's so many I mean, he looks dope. Like I'm definitely gonna use him.
Damn, this
but like it's I don't know. Like I was hoping for like Oh yeah.
Mario 2 stage?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have every stage in this game.
Oh, that's
I'm
right, because
stoked.
it's ultimate. It's every character in every stage. That's right. Ooh.
I know. And then he whips out Petey Piranha from Super Mario Sunshine. But yeah, so they dropped that. So that's the thing that bothered me the most is
that was their big reveal.
That was their big reveal. That was their finale.
That's stupid.
So like everyone was excited because I think before they had like Cloud as a big announcement. So everyone was expecting.
I think Ken is bigger than that. Well, I guess Ken because he's an Echo, but Echo.
So like that was what bothered me is like last one the reveal they had Castlevania and had Castlevania and they had King K. Rool and they were talking a lot about the game, and then this one we were excited for just a finale right before the game because they're not doing one after this. They did say there's going to be 5 DLC characters that are not going to be Echoes. Oh, that's you. But it's definitely. I don't know. I was a little disappointed. I don't know. I'm just such a melee. I can't be disappointed because there's like 80 fighters, you know. So like I can't be, but at the same time, I was expecting them to hold the best for last.
I mean, there's no Waluigi.
There's no Waluigi. I hope they put Waluigi. A lot of people are fighting against it just because he's an assist trophy. But it's not good enough. So I have a question for you that I've been curious about because I'm a big numbers person. You always pay attention to numbers when there's always one number that always like for instance like say a certain time. I remember after like 9/11 for instance, I would always hear people say, "Oh, I looked at the time and I see 9/11 all the time because you're paying attention to that number." And one number that always is associated with your name is 747. Yeah. And why is that?
It's actually kind of a long story, which I've promised people that I would tell them, and I haven't. You want me to tell the whole story now?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're here.
So everyone that's ever asked me, you better be watching.
You better be watching.
So this goes way back to middle school. I was in a band, and we didn't have a name. And it was like a cul-de-sac, like Ed, and Eddie kind of thing. There was an abandoned car one day, and it was the day of our first practice, and the license plate read -747-. Okay. And we were coming up with a name, and we couldn't think of one, and we were just outside, and I was like, what is that car doing there? And so, like, one of us noticed it, and we're like, oh, 747, that's a good name for the band. And we played a couple shows, like, at the rec center, because we were in middle school, in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Hold on.
Trust me, it gets heavy real quick.
Okay.
I think we're like typically we aim for 100. So about
100 of these.
100 split between us too.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
So 50 still pretty good. Because we're about 25 minutes right now, and we're at 34.
Okay.
So
17 is that?
Yep. Oh, and you got one more. I'll drink with you.
Cool. I gotta finish the story before I get wasted. So we were banned for like 5 months, I think, maybe more, like 8 or 9 months. And then the day that we kind of disbanded as a band, that car was gone. And the car was there the entire time. And it was just abandoned.
Weird.
And
was it a band member that just went home with their car?
I don't know. No, that's a good question. No, it was really weird. Like, it was just there. It was always there. We would go. It was near this. The drummer in the band had a neighbor that was like super into Reiki and like Western medicine, and they did like a rock circle. It was like one of those mazes, I guess. Okay. For like meditation, and the car was parked right next to that. So we used to even just sit on the car, and one of us, it was me, that would walk around in the circle because I pace a lot. And the day that we broke up, that car was gone. And ever since then, it's just haunted me. Like, I walked in tonight. I walked in, it was 7:47
on the dot.
Or like I'll be driving and like. You know, the Portsmouth, the bridge going into Dover? Yeah. How backed up it is every day. Like, there's one day I was going to lose my mind because I was stuck there for like an hour and a half, and then somebody just cut me off and almost clipped me, and I was going to, like, lose my mind, and it was like -747 something, and I was like, all right, like, whatever.
That's so weird that you got
20?
You got 2, yeah.
21.
Oh, 21. All
right. Cheers.
Is
and 22. Who's doing this?
I'll drink with
any?
you. No, I got nothing, but I'll drink. I'm hanging out. I'm good. I think... one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I want to see if it's the truth. Is it true that you recorded "Afraid to Dream" with a Radio Shack mic and a sock?
There's truth to that, and it's not right. It's not correct. There is a version of "Afraid to Dream" that is 18 songs, and songs like the song with Eyedea and Zombies aren't on it. It was my original draft, which I did record at home. Excuse me, with a just sitting down like this with a mic like this, only not as nice. It was a $5 Radio Shack mic, with a sock over it as a pop filter.
Pop
'Cause I didn't
filter,
even have
yeah.
a fucking pop filter. And I actually stole my brother, Joe. I stole my brother's little mic stand that he used for recording his guitar and stuff.
Yep.
And I never gave that back, and I ended up losing it. But it's funny because my roommate now, Cheever, he's listed in Afraid to Dream as one of the 3 people that I give my music to, like, over the years and over the versions. It's him, my brother, and my friend Gary, who's Gary Part 3.
Okay.
Named after 24. I remember where I was.
This is what happens, and like I'm
guys
like
are assholes.
Yeah, they're either assholes to you or they I don't know, like or they like you more. It's
They're not gonna like me soon.
You're gonna.
Oh yeah, so there is a version, and my roommate actually has it still. I don't think I have it because I've been through so many computers. It's probably on a hard drive somewhere. But that version of Afraid to Dream, which is 18 songs, which Omar from the If in Life convinced me to cut it down to 13, which it ended up being 15.
Okay.
Because I added the song with Eyedea and I think Zombies to it.
Which I definitely want to get into that shortly, Eyedea, because
okay.
that's something I know my brother was a huge fan of Eyedea, and like I was not familiar with it until he showed me, and then I like went through his entire catalog and watched his freestyles and watched his radio interviews, and then I think shortly after him showing me him, I like ran into you, and then all of a sudden like I looked up your catalog, and then I see Eyedea, but obviously like R.I.P.
Right.
So I was like, when the fuck did this happen? So I know one of our Instagram followers did ask a question, so I want to get into it later and just keep getting talking about you and. But I want to tie back real quick to Smash because I forgot to mention this.
This is a video game podcast.
This is a video game podcast. So I heard you're a legend at Space Center. Is your high score still on Gauntlet Legends?
It's fucking not. I went there recently. I think it was not this past summer, but last summer I went, and the game has been reset, sadly.
Reset. So.
Yeah. Is that you or
That's
me?
you, yeah.
All right. My dad used to live in Manchester way back, and I would go see him on the weekends, and we would go to Space Center, and I don't know how much money I put into that machine, but I was ranked number 3 of all time in Gauntlet Legends. Almost couldn't remember it. And I was ranked number 3 of all time, but like number 5 of like the specific class, the Warrior. And that was just like a culmination of like 5 years of playing. And as of 2 years ago, I went back to Space Center because it's right across the street from the movie theater. And I just went in and like you can just hit the button until it goes to the high score. And I was still in there. And a funny story about that. There was one time I was playing that game and I was like a teenager at this point. This is when the high score I got from when I was like 12 and 13.
Yeah.
But I think it was like 18 or 19. And I brought one of my friends there because we were at the movies and just to check to see if it was. And it was still there. And my friend was like, oh, I want to play. So what you do is you enter in your initials and then a password. So they entered in the initials was ASS and the password was 420. And they were like the highest level character. And I did mine. It was MGD and the password was 747 even back then. And I think I was level like 75, and they were like level 99. They were the number 1 character,
Jesus.
which is so funny. Ass and 420, and yeah. And then so we're like facing like the last boss, and I kept dying. And my friend was like, "Oh, why is this so hard for you? This is super easy." I'm like, "Fuck you! You got the one that everyone enters."
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because so. Let's just keep diving into video games. What are you playing now? Because one of the random interactions that me and you had that was very brief, and it was like before we met each other more and more at shows, was playing Diablo 3. Did you
hear that they just announced the Diablo phone game?
Yes, today.
Yeah.
I was so pissed because
it's not Diablo 4.
It's not Diablo 4. It's not Diablo 2 HD. Ooh. Because that's what all the comments were. We're like, all right, like fans, we want Diablo 4 or Diablo 2 HD or Diablo 1 HD.
Right.
Blizzard. Well, here's a mobile game.
It could be good. I don't know. I'll play it probably.
I don't think it's gonna be good.
Phone games have gotten better though.
They're insane now.
The Dragon Ball Z one's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't played it. No.
It's good. Get it.
Really?
Everyone watch it. Get it. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball Z, fuck you.
But what games are you playing right now?
I didn't even have to drink. Guys are unleashing a monster right now. What games am I playing? I hate to admit this, but Dynasty Warriors 9. They just released the co-op, couch co-op, and online co-op, and it's $20 at GameStop because the reviews tanked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's really fun. I played Dynasty Warriors 2 through 8.
I've always been a big fan. And then Hyrule Warriors and
I don't have that yet.
Oh, man.
I was gonna get Hyrule Warriors for the Switch, the Ultimate Edition,
yeah.
and they announced that, and for $20 you can't go wrong.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And also I have a Switch, so I'm playing Mega Man 11.
Okay.
And Zelda. I haven't beaten that yet.
You haven't beaten Zelda yet. I got it for the Wii U, and then I haven't dove into it just because there's, especially now, like there's so many good games that just came out recently, so it's like I'm playing catch up. I just got Soul Calibur.
That's out?
Yeah, the new Soul Calibur's out.
I'm gonna have to get that.
And then Red Dead 2.
Yeah, my roommate's playing that, and my brother. Everyone I know is playing that.
And then I know like Call of Duty. You know, everyone's playing Call of Duty too. So I'm like, but I've been playing Soul Calibur, and it's actually really good. It got really good reviews because I wasn't really a fan of the last one. Huh?
Is Talim in it?
Yes.
Okay, because she wasn't in 4, right?
Yeah, I think it's either Talim or Taki. It's one of the two. They're both in it, but one's a DLC character you have to buy.
All right.
So, are you a fan of First Day DLC at all, or does that piss you off?
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, if they hide it, okay, we're gonna get super nerdy. If they hide, if it's on the fucking game disc, then they're just being lazy and they want you to pay more money.
Yeah.
But if it's like not. If it's something that didn't meet the deadline, because like with releasing albums, you have a deadline, so that game is done a month before it hits the shelves. If it was something that they did between then, like the game being finished and when we buy it, sure. But if it's on, because the data miners are crazy now. They'll get the game and be like, fuck you, Square or Squaresoft or whatever. Like this was in the original game and you hid it behind a DLC wall. If they do that, I think that's lazy cash grabbing. Yeah. But if it is truly a DLC, then go for it. Also, a game I'm playing a lot, No Man's Sky.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I just drifted completely away from it after it, like, all these big grand promises, and then people were pissed that we were like, they were like, oh, you can explore, you'll never see someone else because of the billions and billions of planets, and then people were like, no, we're on the exact same planet looking at each other.
The odds of that,
did not program.
The odds of that happening though back then were so infinitesimal. Like I bet they just lied and they didn't think anyone would call them on it.
Yeah.
Because there really are. There's more. Like I think to get to every galaxy, not even every planet, every galaxy would take you like 1,000 years or something of playing. Because it's just, I forget what the number is. It's something astronomical. Insane. But they've been updating it every 6 months with something new. The Abyss just came out a week ago, and they're doing it for free because they fucked up so bad on their release.
Well, that's the thing. They almost have to because they got so many pre-orders and sales of the game at the beginning, and everyone got pissed. But now they have this freaking big, wad of money they can sit on. So I'm sure they almost have to put a bunch of money into the game.
There was a class action lawsuit to try to get people's money back.
Yeah.
They failed that one, but I don't know. I think people were just kind of crybabies about it. I saw all the hype. No Man's Sky was a reason why I got a PS4, and I played it, and I've been playing it. It didn't disappoint me.
Oh, so you played it since the beginning?
Oh yeah, I got it the day it came out, and it wasn't anything like the videos, but it's still a crazy. Yeah, it's just cathartic, kind of like Dynasty Warriors, where it's just mowing down tons of people, just mining in space. And the soundtrack is amazing. Really? Something they play at night and just chill out.
Yeah, and just drift off.
Right.
And it's funny that you talk about.
This really is a video game.
It's funny that you talk about DLC and delaying video games, because one thing that keeps getting delayed is your album.
Oh my god! Segue of the year, everybody. And I just got a fucking. The ice is water.
Because you have 20 albums coming out.
Albums, plural.
Yeah, you have every time I talk to you, it feels like it goes from 3 to 5 to 7.
I think it's 5.
So I'm sure you have one with Crime Wave.
Oh my god!
Or is that no?
I don't know what's going on with that. We actually did a whole weekend up in some crazy house up in way up north Maine, and we recorded pretty much an EP's worth. I don't know whatever happened to that. Crime Wave is not dead; it's just a rumor.
Oh, by the way, guys, so for those of you watching, real quick, I'm just gonna intercept you. If you want to ask a question, We have a couple people
It's too late.
in the
It was on my Instagram and you fucking missed it.
fucked up. If you want to ask us a random question live, we'll only take good questions that will actually provide good dialogue. We won't take too much trolling.
Who's in charge of what's good or bad?
They will the three.
Okay.
So if we have any good questions, we'll take it from you guys. Just keep asking questions and keep commenting because we definitely want to hear from you guys. It's a conversation between us all. Eyenine, I mean, I'm sure you guys want to hear Wu-Tang stories and Eyedea stories. So feel free to ask us questions and we'll try our best to answer them. But anyway, so Crime Wave is not dead.
It's just a rumor.
Human Speakers
also is not. I mean, Human Speakers have been playing shows pretty regularly. We have I think it's 10 songs. God knows when that's coming out. I mean, God knows when anything of mine is coming out. I'm usually to blame for it. Sometimes I'm not. I think I have to drink again.
You might have
We got a nod. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Eyenine album, A Little Above Low Key.
Yes, which it's funny because I went back, like I went through your Twitter feed and Instagram feed and Facebook feed.
I delete the Twitter things where I'm like, this album's coming out now. I don't delete the I delete the Instagram one, but I don't delete the Twitter
and
one.
I'm like Alok, I guess is the
Alok.
Alok
I don't know.
has been like in process talking about for
4 years.
Years, yeah.
It was supposed to be out a year after Dissembler. And if I had released it then, it would have been not good.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
How come?
Well, has that
It's
name
you, yeah.
Well, I wrote, recorded, and... Yeah, I wrote and recorded Dissembler in a weekend. El Chupacabra made the beats. I don't know how long.
Unbelievable, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that album. I think one of my favorite bars, and like obviously correct me like if I misspeak, but it's a track with Spose, and you say, I'm spacing it, but it's like saying you have
Nickelback?
a favorite. Yes, that's my favorite.
Like having a favorite member of Nickelback only in rap. Can you fake that you're gifted?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know why I attacked Nickelback so bad in that one.
It's just so funny because you're just like it's like having a favorite member of Nickelback, and that's all. I was like, that's fucked.
It's Chad, by the way. He's my favorite.
He's my favorite. And Spose kills it too.
Yeah.
Like he's his verse
That's
girl
Real
pop
Ice.
your pussy for your founding fathers. I was like, that rhyme scheme is unbelievable.
He's the reason why that album's explicit, actually, because of that and some other things. Yeah,
that whole
his
song.
verse.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually swear in my music, so I think he did a bunch in that song.
Now, do you find it? Is that on purpose, or you're just naturally you don't swear, or
no? I mean, I think I've sworn.
Yeah, you've sworn
a shit
a dozen times.
I think it's just because I swear so much in my music. I mean, wow, I swear so much in my life that I don't want it reflected in my music. Also, a lot of the time, I feel like it's filler words, where, I mean, it's just, or like filler syllables.
Yeah.
Like, you can just, like, fucking this, fucking that kind of thing. It's like, well, if you have nothing to write, don't write anything. Don't just fill it with all of that.
So let's go back to your album. What are the delays? Because I'm sure everyone watching is wondering why there's no new Eyenine music.
There is new Eyenine music.
Well, why a new album hasn't come out since December?
Albums are hard to make. What I think I'm going to do is just say fuck it like everyone else and just release singles.
Okay.
After these 5 albums are out. I mean, no, I worked on them for years. So A Little Above
After these 5 albums that have no release dates, that have been...
Okay, so let me run through them. A Little Above Low Key is in the final process of being mixed and mastered. Shoop is right now doing all the drops and the beats, and Doc, he's amazing. He's my engineer. He's doing all the vocals. He's the one that sent me. Okay, he's the one that sent me.
I think
the song tonight to play last minute. And there's another album, Eyenine and the Lonely Ghosts. That one is complete.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's completely mixed and mastered.
I heard your recent single. I can't remember the
Affinity.
title. Yes, Affinity.
Yep.
And is that part of the new album, or is that just a single drop?
Nope, that is part of the new album. We also had the...
now, what is that? Is that just a band with you, or...
Well, the Lonely Ghost Collective are a band themselves. And they practice in my practice spot, which is in my barn.
Okay.
It's like a soundproof barn. So my other band, RFC and Lonely Ghost, practice there.
And is RFC releasing an album too? Is that part of the 5? Or?
No, we are, but I don't think it's part of the 5. Our bassist, shout outs to Justin and Arthur and my brother. Justin just moved to California, I think permanently. But,
jeez.
Yeah, I mean, he's so good that he would just be able to do the bass in like line in whatever studio he's at there. I think we're gonna release like a 5 or 7 song EP and just put it out there. We wouldn't be able to play a release show unless Justin came back.
Yeah.
I don't know. So the Lonely Ghosts, they have the EP that's already out, and I was featured on that with Coma to the Bones, and then they were, was I at 30? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'll take a swig. So anyone that gets upset, then I'll take his remainder if there was one. I think you're pretty good, honestly.
That remains to be seen. So the Lonely Ghosts,
it's okay. It's gonna be in the comments. How come you didn't drink for my we've had it on almost every episode where people are bitching. I'm like, well, first off, there's a 5-second delay between us and you guys.
It's true.
And then there's a lot of people switching. There's a lot of people doing weird shit, and then there's a delay from when we see it, and then it interacts with our board. So for all of you guys trying to interact and do likes, there is at least a good 10-second delay before we get the drink. So if you do like it, it will come, eventually.
Okay. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, so
Albums,
the Lonely Ghosts.
yeah.
So they're a band. They're a great band. I sound like Trump now. I got words. I got great words. Let's turn this political.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah,
2 more of these.
Trust me, I had to go to the bathroom, but Mike Wayne was like, I gotta talk about Trump and Kanye. I was like, I gotta go for a second.
Yeah.
Ended up just
Hold
being
that
a
thought.
Kanye rant, but I was like, I gotta go because I'm not a political person. I have no opinion because I'm not educated, so I don't want to speak gibberish. And then
I love that that's your answer, and I feel like so many more people, including myself, should say that as an answer.
Yeah.
When asked anything that they don't know about, well, I'm not educated on the subject.
Well, it's.
I mean, here's my opinion, but it's not an educated opinion.
Yeah, one of the questions from Instagram from your best friend and my best friend Nick Hampshire is something that I'm not going to be educated on. So
we'll save that for Nick. I have a shit ton of words for Nick, if that is your real name.
But it's stuff like that where I'm like, I want to learn. Yeah, and it's the same thing with music. I mean, you have bounds of experience, so having this conversation is also a learning experience for me because you've done a lot, and I definitely want to talk. We'll be talking shortly about Eyenine's reign as rap battle champion. But continue on.
So the Lonely Ghost and I have a full length coming out called A Reason for Departure. That is fully mixed and mastered. We're just we're waiting on not waiting on Sean Sullivan, a good friend of ours who does work on a couple Adult Swim shows. He's doing all the artwork, and once that's done, it should be out before 2019. Thank God. And that's the newest work of mine. We wrote and recorded that this year, whereas A Little Above Low Key has been from 2015 to now, where I did just actually write a new song for that 2 months ago, and it made the cut. I bounced one out or bumped one off and then came back with that one. So I'm releasing B-sides as well, I think.
Okay.
What were the other 5? There's a Road Brothers album, if Omar's watching this, my old roommate, the old bassist from the If in Life. We have a full length that's, completely done. And that's more that's more experimental, more I don't even know. It's hard to describe.
You almost need to just take everything and just drop it, and then be like, all right, I'm starting brand new with a new slate.
Yeah, change my name.
Change your name, and then speaking of, what is Eyenine?
Eyenine. Are we getting to the questions part from the Instagram?
No, just
okay,
I'm curious myself about what Eyenine is.
Nothing.
Nothing?
No. I mean, it can mean a lot of things, everything you ever needed a negative emotion, if it's an acronym, or an initialization. It's not an acronym. But it's really, Eyenine back in high school when I started, it was a group of us, and it was the letter I and the number 9. I think there was even a dash in between it. And we were just we're just having fun making hip-hop music. We released an album. It actually did turn into Eyenine eventually, and we released an album in high school, and there was 4 of us. I won't name names, but one of them asked that question on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. See what happens is with a lot of the Instagram questions, I preload them, so if I only see it at 6-7 o'clock, it's tough to retract. So I usually take all the questions like.
No,
that was me. You're
right,
good.
good.
You're good.
Thank God.
But yeah. So that was actually I think I have that question. That's from James, correct?
No. Well, if I say his name, then you'll know.
Okay, then never mind.
Who's James?
We'll see. We'll see in a second. Well,
yeah, it was James. You're right. Yeah, it was James.
Was it?
No.
So when's Alak coming out? Does it sound worse?
It does. Yeah.
It sounds a lot worse.
Admiral Alak. I don't know.
And what's that process like? So what's the process with you? So you're co-signed to Wu-Tang,
right?
What's the process with your music and Wu-Tang? I guess.
I just noticed that you have shots that say the shot.
Yes, that's thanks to my girlfriend. She got them, and then
it's good merchandise. I need to make Eyyenine shots. 'Cause clearly, drinking and Eyyenine go hand in hand.
That's why I was like, oh, Eyenine's gonna be perfect for this.
Yeah, perfect, or it's gonna be my demise. What was the question?
Your process with Wu-Tang and your music.
I would submit the album, and they would yay or nay it, and they've nayed it a bunch, which I don't blame them. Yeah, because it was bad. They wanted me to They wanted me to do the follow-up to Dissembler a year from Dissembler, and I did, and it wasn't good. And then the next year, I did it again, and it wasn't good. I was also working on other things at the time, and I was touring a bunch, which wasn't helping anything. Like, I'd leave for months at a time or groups of weeks at a time.
Which we'll speak about because your best friend did submit a question to Instagram. So I definitely want to talk about him coming up. But,
okay. But a lot to say about him. I hope he's watching.
I hope he is too.
So I finally submitted something that they were like, oh, this is really good. Worthy of being the successor for Dissembler.
Really?
It was actually supposed to be the sister album. It was going to be 7 songs.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Whiskey.
Same title or
it's always been different? A Little Above Low Key.
Okay.
The story of that is I used to do a yearly show with Snowriders, shout outs to them, up at Sunday River, and they would have me perform. And there was one year where I was staying up there for a couple days instead of just performing and leaving, or at least leaving the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in one of the dorm. It was like a snow cabin at Sunday River, and we were in one of the rooms. And this guy that just walked in. I was with all the Snowrider people, the Goyette brothers that run it. And this guy walks in, and one of the Goyettes was like, "Hey, how is it out there?" And he goes, "It's a little above low key." And I was like, "What did you just say?" He's like, "A little above low key." And then he walked out. And I was like, "Does anyone know who that was?" And no one knew who he was. I was like, "I need to get his name because that's going to be the name of my next album." And that was back in 2013 or 14.
Did you ever get
No one knew who the fuck that was. Yeah, I never got it, so it's mine. I made it up. I clearly came up with that.
That's so cool.
So the guy just said it, right? It's a little above low key. And I'm like, that's the vibe that I'm going for. Because Dissembler was dark and kind of depressing, other than the Spose song.
I love...
Because We're Alive, people think it's upbeat. It's kind of not.
I love the contrast with that, with songs that are like upbeat or like a higher tempo, and then it's really got like a darker meaning underneath if you actually listen to it. See, now I'm drunk because I can't remember the song. It's the Orbit.
Bullet or Orbit.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Really? Yeah. I like that song. That's one of my favorite songs from that album, and I used to do it in my set. But like going by Spotify metrics or like everything else, the metrics, like that's one of the least listened to songs, including the outro. So I'm like, all right, people don't like it. Fuck it, I'm not gonna do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs just because of that. Like the
that
metaphor.
Song's about suicide. I think.
The metaphor with the chorus altogether.
Yeah,
like
be it by bullet or orbit, I will leave this world before you.
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of Cowboy Bebop at the time when I wrote that.
It's so good. Like just that line itself is just it.
Thank you.
It hit home because I was like, man, like this because with choruses like you can put like darker connotations behind it, and people won't catch it as much.
Right.
And then that's one of those ones where I was like, fuck, like the chorus alone speaks volumes, just that like little like snippet. So but when are we so you don't know when the new album
I will say that I'm pretty sure that the Eyenine and the Lonely Ghost album will be released first. Because we're done with that. That's fully mixed and mastered. Does
that have to be approved, or is that just like kind of a side thing?
We'll find out. Okay. I sent it to them. Who knows?
Oh really? Okay, that's cool.
I sent it to a couple of labels, including Wu and everyone. But we're beyond post production on that. It's been fully mixed and mastered by the Wild Arctic in Portsmouth. They've done he has done amazing stuff. The Hope Conspiracy. He mixed a track for Brand New for a radio edit.
Cool.
And a bunch of other hardcore bands. The Casualties live album and stuff. So
that's cool.
It gives us a heavier sound, like the drums and the guitar sound
it's
like
heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Now, not to like
Dean
ask for spoilers.
Not that I forgot.
You don't have to answer with the spoilers, but will there ever be an Eyenine and Wu-Tang collaboration, like with at least one of the members?
Can't answer that.
Okay, that's fine. Does that
mean yes or no? Who knows?
Because I've always been curious because, obviously, like, I remember going to the Dissembler CD release and seeing the Wu-Tang stamp on it, and I was like...
You were there?
Yeah.
The Brick House?
No. Sorry, I went to the Shaskeen one.
Oh, okay, that's right. I did more than one. Okay.
So I went to that one, and then I was like, "Fuck, when is there gonna be like an Eyenine Wu-Tang thing?" But
just wait.
We'll wait. So I think when we're closing up on the hour, and this is probably a perfect time to take a quick break.
Yeah.
But we will take a couple minutes to talk about this song. So this is an unreleased, unfinished demo song. And then take it away.
Keywords demo.
Yes.
So this hasn't been mastered yet. It has been mixed by Doc, who has been mixing a lot of stuff for me. Shout out to Doc. He got this in at the buzzer. And it features MB Padfield, New Hampshire native.
Yes.
She's great. She sings the chorus. I'm on it. The beat's not completely finished. Shoop is doing the drops and like the post-production now. So, and it kind of just ends at the second verse, which I've listened to it so many times. I think that might be how the song ends now.
Okay.
But I mean, I listened to it a bunch without her chorus, and now that her chorus is in it, it might extend.
Yeah.
So it's just a demo, but this is a track off of A Little Above Low Key that was approved and 39.
And one thing I want to ask before we get into it, there's a huge debate about where you're from.
Why?
Do you want to clarify whether you're a New Hampshire rapper or?
Okay. That debate. That's been years. I am a New Hampshire rapper. If you guys listen to my music, I talk about being from New Hampshire in my very first album. I released Dissembler and went on tour with Wu-Tang while I was living in Maine. I lived in Maine for 2 years, I think. Maybe 3. I don't know.
And then every headline's Maine rapper goes on tour.
Yeah, I wasn't too pumped about that, but Mark Cardo from the radio station up there, he was like, hey, good luck to Shoop and Eyenine going out on tour, and he played one of our songs on the album. So, like, I mean, I love Maine and New Hampshire. New Hampshire's great. Vermont's all right. I'm warming up to it. I've been playing out there a little bit because of Jarv and Mr. Burns. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. I definitely want to talk to Jarv. I think we're Facebook friends, but I definitely want to talk to him more because
you should not be Facebook friends with him. He's a terrible person.
I hope he's not watching.
I hope he is watching. No, I think he has a show tonight. Probably.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his new album just came out.
Jarvage Volume 2. Check it out.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but what I've heard, and I saw.
It sucks.
I heard, and then I saw the video when Ari the Rugged Man shared it, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So
I watched it on mute because I was in like public and I didn't have headphones. So I'm like watching him do that video on mute. It looked really weird. Yeah, but I mean, I guess with music, it's probably cool.
Yeah.
I should probably watch it, but I haven't.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna take a music break. We'll take a quick bathroom break too.
Yeah.
And we will skip to this. So this is a unreleased song.
Forgot My Mind by me and MB Padfield. Improper grammar, love it. And it's gonna be on the new album, A Little Above Low Key.
Perfect. All right, we're back. Jesus, I was just we were just talking behind the scenes and like we're like, show the bottle real quick because brand new freaking bottle that we bought just for Eyenine.
They saw me open it. They know it's brand new. They don't have to rub it in.
Well, some people might have not caught the beginning. So yeah, let's talk about that song. I didn't catch any of it, so feel free to talk about it like I've never heard it before because I was in the bathroom for that time period.
So yeah, it's called Forgot My Mind. It features MB Padfield from New Hampshire, El Chupacabra on the beat, Doc mixing and I think mastering at some point. It's not mastered yet. It's just a demo. Yeah, so I mean,
what is it about?
Because
that's Like I said, I didn't hear
No,
anything.
it's fine. So that song, the first verse I wrote was about one of my favorite rappers, and I heard their new album, and I was like, wow, you can fall into a funk and call it comfortable.
Who's that?
Not gonna say it.
Okay.
Because I know them. But yeah, it's kind of like, I've always told myself that if my next album is somehow worse than the one that I've done before, then I'm gonna call it quits. And there are people that like were my heroes back like 10 years ago that are still making albums, and like I haven't been impressed for a decade. So it's kind of like it was about that, and then yeah. So that's basically.
That's the hardest thing with music and like media in general, because like that's how I feel with this. I try to just improve something, you know, like now we have the intro animation.
Yeah, it's
we
good.
we have like random stuff like that just to keep boosting up the quality. And then I know this is technically like a season 1 of the podcast, just to see how everything works. Do we switch over to Twitch? Do we go only on Facebook page? And I'm sure like a professional page, because I'm sure with you you see your analytics be like bad compared to if you just post on your regular Facebook page, like your personal page.
Oh, right.
And
well, not so much lately, because Facebook has been
better.
No, worse.
Oh, okay.
For business, but because I guess I'm technically a business page now, the Eyenine. Like, I have to pay money for people to see what I post on.
Yeah, because you have to for your reach.
Right. Yeah. And it's like it's paid reach, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Pro tip: if you pay reach, if you do it like a small amount for people that have Facebook business pages, the people that see that, like if you pay like $2 and you get like 10 people that like it, that were the paid reach, anyone that sees that from them and likes it doesn't count as paid reach. I don't know why, but that's how it is now, so get on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pro tip.
Interesting. Yeah, because that's the thing that almost kind of hinders
organic.
us. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing that hinders us with this podcast is I want to start hosting it on the Facebook professional page, but it's like I'm not gonna get 100, likes every video.
Wait, where is this? This
is on my personal page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
it's probably why so many people are watching.
That's why I'm saying. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like I only have it shared. So for those of you, feel free. So we have a couple extra people this evening. We have Mike M.H. Holloway. He's been commenting to you guys. Well, moving forward, we're going to try to have the ShotBet page directly commenting. We just had a couple issues this evening. What he'll do real quick is he'll tag the ShotBet podcast page. Feel free to like it, and then what we'll do is every single episode we'll share it, and feel free to tune in. We have interesting guests for the rest of the year, but I know one of the things that we're trying to do is build that audience, and we don't know where to go. Like Twitch, I know is a really good place, and then
we can play Fortnite and just talk about that.
Yeah. Just watch Smash videos and talk about. And I know one of the things I wanted to talk about that not a lot of people commented on via Instagram. And the other thing is we have an Instagram page. It's at ShotBet Podcast. We take questions for our guests every single week. If you post a question that's really good dialogue or something that's that the guest will be familiar with, we will talk about it during the podcast during this latter half. But one thing that wasn't asked about, which I'm very intrigued about because I've always been a huge battle rap fan, is you.
Finally. I've been fucking waiting.
I'm like, he just poured a drink and he's sitting there. I'm gonna be up there too. Come on, guys, let's break this 100. I want to hear the about the competitions, your advice for someone who wants to, because you do.
Don't do it.
You do more of the freestyle. Because I know there's King of the Dot and like
Grind Time
and URL and everything where they do all written battles, but you're a champion out of the Ruckus Cup, and then you did one in the Midwest. Is that where it was? I know you were on tour.
Mid-East is Cincinnati. Mid-East. I don't know.
Where you won those. So yeah. I want to get your insight on how those went, your mentality, and like how to prepare for a battle like that.
Okay, so I'm a 2-time Ruckus Cup champion, a 2-time Battle of Providence or Church of Providence champion.
And feel free to explain either or. For those of you that don't know, you might not be familiar with the Ruckus Cup.
The Ruckus Cup is actually a week from right now. It's at Aura in Portland. It's hosted by the Rap Night crew, and there's a heart. The Church of Providence was a event hosted by Sage Francis and B. Dolan from Providence, Rhode Island. I'm a 2-time champion of that. And then earlier this year, I did the first ever. Hold on.
I hate them sometimes.
I did the first ever. Now I'm blanking on what the hell it's called. It was in Cincinnati. Come on. Damn it.
Far out. If you're watching, feel
out.
free to comment because I don't know. I just remember
not
seeing
Indie
it.
Fest. Overcast. Got it. All right. So it's the Overcast Festival, which is going to be hopefully in the coming years pretty much like the new Scribble Jam.
Okay. Oh, cool. I'm huge fan of Scribble Jam just because I remember seeing like Organic way the host of King of the Dot used to be doing like solos and doubles.
And who else? Oh man, there was a past guy that used to get to the finals. I don't know if he won. He runs Grind Time, and his name is I'm forgetting his name.
If anyone out there can look up the host of Grind Time, that would be perfect, and then we'll hopefully we can figure that out.
Because that's clear my head.
Because us, like, at least if we were having a conversation, just the two of us, we'd be able to Google search it real quick and be like, that's it. But we're not gonna Google search in front of people watching.
Right. So as far as like the mentality, be prepared for the worst. Especially if it's local, because everyone knows who you are. Especially if you've won before, and then everyone just writes about you as the returning champion.
Do you see a lot of writing as like premeditated stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I try not to do that. Obviously, there's some like crutches that you fall back on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just try to keep it freestyle and just win. I guess my record kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Brag. But the Ruckus Cup is this Friday, this coming Friday.
Lush one? Yeah, I know Lush one, but I can't.
Oh, as far as
for the grind time, yeah.
It might not even be grind time. If I could check my phone, I'd get his name. God damn
it! Just everyone. No, it is Lush one for grind time.
Yeah. I think I might be thinking of King of the Dot. Fuck, what is this?
Organic. That's Organic, the one that was on, and then there's Bishop Brigante who tells everyone to take that mirror down, and then Organic used to be in Scribble Jams a lot. He used to do all those. I'm a big fan of King of the Dot, like older. Now I'm not familiar with all the names as much.
Right.
So you try to walk
Mad
in.
Ills. Got it. I was just about to check my phone and I remembered it. Mad Ills. That's
check Mad Ills real quick just so we can confirm it's grind time or not because
it's one of them. They always like shout him out in the beginning because he's one of the ones that runs it, and he made it pretty far in a couple Scribble Jams back in the day.
Okay, now how was winning Ruckus Cup? Did you think you were gonna win or
no? Actually, the first year I entered was the year that Eyedea died, and I wore a Rhyme Sayer shirt that I got from POS, and I kind of like did what he did, where when it was the other person's turn, I would just cross my arms and not move, and then just go nuts when it was my turn, and I ended up winning.
Oh, we have a question. Okay. All right, feel free to turn. Is the mic on?
How much of an influence was Eyedea on your battle rapping?
Oh, that's what I was just talking about. Good timing on the question. For the first tournament, as I was saying, was I 100%, I guess. It was mostly I entered. I never wanted to do battles because they're super negative and they just like kind of put you in a bad spot. But I entered on the year of his death, and I wore a Rhyme Sayer shirt to honor him, and I stood like this every time it wasn't my turn to honor him, and I ended up winning the tournament, surprisingly. I was the wild card, like not many people knew who I was. I was out of state. And then ever since then, I've done it a bunch. I actually retired for like 4 years after I won the last Church of Providence one that they did.
Okay.
Which was hosted by Sage Francis in a wrestling ring with him in a wrestling with a referee outfit on.
That's so cool.
It was crazy. Yeah. So I won the first one, and that was all right. And then I won the second one, and Sage was like, "No, we're not letting Eyenine get off this easy." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh shit, that means I have to battle Sage."
Yeah.
He's a 2-time, I think, or a 1-time Scribble Jam champion.
Yeah.
And he made everyone that entered line up in a row, and I had to battle for 30 seconds every other 50
That's so
people.
cool.
And I beat everyone again for a second time, and then I won. and then I wasn't invited back. I don't think they even had one.
Bragging.
I did. That's what happened. And then after that, I retired. And Seth on Gray Street, shout outs to him.
Yes.
He entered, and like a month before, like we would go back and forth and we would battle each other, and I was like kind of prepping him for that. And he ended up winning, so he's the only other person from New Hampshire to ever win. And it was cool. He called me up on stage, and when he got his trophy, and I was like, yeah. And people were like, fuck you, you didn't even enter. I'm like, it's not good. It's in New Hampshire. Yeah, there's been fights and stuff. It's pretty crazy. Is that me?
Yeah.
And then, so I came out of battle retirement this year because Nick Mitchell, the guy who runs Overcast, pretty much entered me. And he was like, you need to come out of retirement for this. You can enter. And it was pretty rough, but I ended up winning that.
Did you know about your past in battling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he hosted Adjust Your Eyes for a couple of years, which is also a Cincinnati festival. And so, yeah, he entered me in the battle. And there was really good people like Tayamu Denku, Dope Knife, a couple others that I can't think of right now.
Yeah, but I'm more of a written battle.
Right.
And then question for you, because obviously with you being a battler in the freestyling realm, how do you feel about the written leagues?
I think it's entertaining.
Okay.
I feel like it has its place.
Yeah.
We actually, Ghost Ghost, another champion, he's a 3-time champion. I'm a 2-time of Ruckus Cup. We were asked about doing, I think it was King of the Dog. I don't remember which one it was. It was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 3 years ago, about doing like a New England chapter. And I was on the this radio show, the Appleton Show. Shout outs to them. And they were like, yeah, so how do you feel about this? Like doing pre-writtens, knowing who you're going to be against, and then like writing for 2 weeks. And I'm like, I'd cover the mic. I'm like, what the fuck? This is pre-written? Because I had no idea. For some reason, I just thought everything. I was so naive at that age. Yeah. I just thought it was all like Scribble Jam, like off the top. And then we ended up not doing it, obviously, because there's no New England chapter. If I were to write something and like put my heart into it for 2 weeks, it's going to be a song. I'm not going to like write a battle about someone, unless it's like for something good. Like if we like it's for charity or something. Like if we battled for like some good cause, like it'd be funny, like it'd be fun. But I'm Dill on the background. I'll battle you too, Dill. Yeah. But there's also the which it's weird. I'm not even a champion in my own state. There's the what is it called? No, the one at the it's like the Ruckus Cup for New Hampshire. The Granite State Gauntlet.
Okay.
I haven't actually entered that, but I think Corey, Corey's a 2-time champion. Shout outs to him.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I think the best battle that I've seen in a while was 2-Story versus Jacobson.
Oh, shit.
And they went at each other to the point where I was like, if I was on either side of that battle, I would have probably lost first round.
Really? Oh, so
I mean, I think it's like Eyedea said, like you either have it or you don't. It's all in that moment. But like at that moment at the Ruckus Cup last year, they stole the whole show, and they just it was brutal. It was brutal to watch on both sides. And I'm friends with both of them. Like I will never admit that except for right now. But
with a bottom jacket.
Yeah. But it's probably one of them liking it or loving it. Yeah, but no, they just went at each other's throats, and it was one of the best battles I've ever seen. And they went. I think it went into either single or double overtime.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're friends. They know each other. It wasn't. But I mean, like, if what they were saying to each other wasn't between people that were like at least mutually exclusive, like that would have been in a fight.
Yeah.
The shit they were saying was crazy.
Oh jeez, yeah, you're getting bumped up.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I do this every morning.
So yeah, because the interesting about, and I don't want to talk poorly about both of them because they're good people.
No, you should. Let's do it.
But 2-Story, he's been around forever. And then Jacobson is it's me, has been slowly on the rise.
Well, because Jacobson just turned 21. I think,
exactly.
Yesterday.
So like I had known about 2-Story for years, and then Jacobson I had only recently encountered because of Joe Kelly doing they did like a Cheers remix. And
that's right.
And then all of a sudden, I didn't even know he freestyle battle rapped. Freestyle.
I didn't know that they did either until I saw them go at each other like that. That may have been like part of it where I didn't know that, because both Granite State Gauntlets, I think there's been 3 of them now, but every time there's a Granite State Gauntlet, like I'm either on tour or I have a show like locally.
Yeah.
So I've never been able to witness this. But so I think it was my first time seeing Corey 2-Story battle, and it was definitely my first time seeing Jacobson battle. But like I was there the whole night, and the only other one that even came close was the semifinals on like one of the sides, because they have like the whole tournament bracket up on the screen. But like they just were ruthless, like better than most battles that I've been in.
Really?
Or at least closer.
Yeah.
But I think it has to do with like the better person you're battling, or at least the more like connected you are.
Yeah.
You just rise to the occasion and you just keep one-upping each other.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe they're just so close in like style and talent that they just.
And they don't.
This is turning into
neither of them want to lose either, So like
true.
Yeah, like
and honestly, to this day, like right now, gun to my head, I don't know. I don't remember.
who won. Yeah.
I know that they both won Battle of the Night, but I don't remember who advanced.
Oh, okay. So there was a war
Uncle
for
Evan
battle.
from Providence. No, I mean in my mind.
Okay.
Uncle Evan from Providence. Shout out to him. He won the Ruckus Cup last year.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't remember who won that battle. It was that close.
Are you ever going to come out of retirement after the
it's
Cincinnati
this
one?
I don't know. It's this Friday. Fuck it. If I have this much whiskey, maybe.
You'll be into it. Now, I know with battle rapping, people like to turn into the cliche. If you're Asian, you could get Asian jokes. If you're fat, you're going to get fat jokes. What's the go-to for you?
Wait, can you give me a couple of Asian jokes?
Like if an Asian battler was, they're going to talk about them
You're talking
eating.
about like gin? Like back in
Yeah,
the day?
they're going
Alright.
to talk about them eating dogs, dogs and cats and stuff.
Jesus, dude. This is for families.
Family-friendly audience.
Yeah.
And then like fat people, it's going to be the same thing. What's the go-to you feel that everyone hits you? I'm sure the hair, yeah.
The voice, the hair. I suppose one time brought a fucking balloon full of helium on stage.
And he like
Yeah, but then he like let me go first, and I immediately called him out. And I'm like, let me guess that balloon is full of helium. And he's like, oh shit, well yeah, I'm still gonna do it. And it was funny. It was funny as hell. But
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the voice, the hair, how white I am, how pale I am. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have any like go-to rebuttals with that?
No, it's usually just off the top.
You just now I know like when I've freestyled before and I've battled people before, I don't premeditate like at the house going into it, but like if they're saying something, I come up with a couple stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple times, especially in the early years, I would premeditate things, like not whole things, but like little one-liners, or I guess two-liners because it's a bar. But and I would go into it, and I would always fuck those up. And then I would have to freestyle my way out of me fucking up like a premeditated thing, unless it's like on the spot.
Okay.
So like I just went like every time I would just roll the dice and I would go into it and be like, I have no idea what I'm gonna say. I don't care. None of this matters, and see who comes out on top on the other end. But yeah, no. Usually like if like you were saying something and you said something that was really good, I would immediately come up with something in my head, and I would try to
while you're waiting for those extra bars to.
Exactly, and I would try to stagger it so like people wouldn't know that I'm like,
you do like 2-4 bars ahead of time, and then when you do the break of the rhyme scheme, you start with the rebuttal.
The one that I came up with during the other person's
That's
thing.
the way to go, because if you do it right away, people think like, oh, like you wrote
Exactly,
that. Yeah. So I think one thing, so every single
Dylan in the back.
one are people rap battling Eyenine in the comments. I
Wait,
know there was some people like Nick was rap battling.
Sharon Mikes. Sharon Mikes enter the Ruckus Cup this year.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, yes.
Do it.
Yeah,
I'm calling you
out. Is it
out.
the first female? Would it be the first female? To your memory, I guess.
Nope, Jess Long. In my years of doing it, Jess Long was the first female that I've seen. I didn't go to the first 3.
Yeah.
I went to the 4th one for the first time, and that's the one that I won. But in year 5, Jess Long entered.
Okay.
And she did really well.
So every single week or every single episode, what we do is we like to ask Instagram for questions. So we'll go into those. I know there were some that we had already answered, so we'll try to skip over those, but I know we do. And if you guys have questions at home, feel free to comment. Our community managers will try to relay the questions to us if you want to hear something from Eyenine. I know there's a few of you that wanted to hear to Bullet or Orbit, and we can play it live.
Yeah,
so
buy it. Go on iTunes or fucking Spotify. It's free.
If you want to hear the song, comment Bullet. Comment Bullet, and then if you guys comment enough, we'll switch to it. That's how you get them. You just don't interact, and then we'll go from it. So the first question we want to get into, which we kind of talked about a little bit, yes, is what was it like to work with Eyedea, and is there anyone else from Rhymesayers that you want or wanted to work with?
What it was like to work with Eyedea, unreal.
Yeah.
I was on a mixtape called Beats, Breaks, and Big Smiles Volume 2 that came out in Sweden, which featured me, Bluebird from Florida. I don't know why I thought he was from up here. Telephone Jim Jesus from New Hampshire, Christoph Crane, his band Absorber, Eyedea, when he was with Carbon Carousel. I think it may have been just an Eyedea song, and me on it, and like there was a bunch of other people. Tai Mudenku, who I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And Christoph Crane, we all got a copy of that album. And Christoph Crane hit me up on MySpace. This dates this. On MySpace, he was like, hey, like, clearly I can see the influence of Eyedea in you, like, in your music. I'm his best friend. Do you want me to, like, message him and see if you guys want to, like, work together? And I'm like, yes, please. And then, like, 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks later, Eyedea hit me up. He's like, hey, man, like, I heard your song on that CD that we're on. I really like it. Do you want to do a song? And I was like, fucking yes. So it took a little bit to get off the ground, but he ended up writing and recording it during the time that he was doing By the Throat. And the last that I had heard from him, besides Carbon Carousel, was
By the Throat was your favorite album, right?
I mean, it's the best one.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite when it came out,
Yeah.
but like it's like looking at it like 5 years later, it's amazing. I mean, it's probably more than 5 years now. My favorite at the time was The Many Faces of Oliver Hart.
Okay.
Or How I Won the Right to Think. But so that's what I was used to. That or now, or not now, Eyenine, the album with Now on it. I was used to that fast rap stuff. So Dynamo 414, shout outs to him from Gothenburg, Sweden. He was the one that connected me with that album. He made this beat for Cataract Vision, and I ended up going really fast on the first verse, and I sent it to him, so we were going verse for verse. And then he sent back his stuff, and it just made me look bad by going slow. And it was that weird new Eyedea style that I had no idea about until he, no pun intended, until he sent me a demo of This Story, which was number 8 on it. And I was like, oh, this is how he sounds now. This is crazy. And, like, I wasn't ready for that, and I didn't know how to like comprehend it. So I just kept going with like my style. And then like he did his second verse, and it was also slow. And we released it with Omar, shout outs to him, doing the outro to it. And then it ended up, before it was released, he ended up passing away, and I met his mom.
Before the single came out? Or the
Before
Cataract Vision came out?
Yeah, that's why I ended up releasing the Insomnia Sessions first. Because the Insomnia Sessions is actually my second album. My first album was Afraid to Dream, but he died, and I waited a couple of years to release it because I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to cash in on his death like a lot of other rappers did at the time.
No, I did not know that. That's
yeah. Well, I mean, if you bought the album, there's a whole insert about it.
Do you have copies of those still?
Yeah, right in there. I'll give you one. You can read it. You can read it on air. No, I actually say that this is like a prequel of sorts, and it's because he passed away and I didn't know what to do. I ended up getting permission from his mom and DJ Abilities and a bunch of other people involved, and Brady O'Rourke from Crush Kill Records. So yeah.
And am I like I because I don't want to overstep at all, and feel free to talk. I know originally talking to you, DJ Abilities, and you didn't necessarily get along. Is that okay?
He caught. I was the what was it? I was Eyedea's dork friend from New Hampshire. I think it was dork, which made me even more mad because it wasn't even nerd. It was just like it was dork friend. And so like when Eyedea and Abilities would play in New England, Eyedea would hit me up and be like, hey, like show up early, we'll drink, blah blah blah. And the last time I ever saw him, it was at the Space Gallery in Portland, Maine.
Okay.
We ended up drinking an entire bottle of Maker's Mark. And every time we were taking a shot, Abilities, Max would just be in there, just like, ugh. And like, so he fucking hated me, I think, for a while. And I gave Eyedea a copy of the Insomnia Sessions, and I was like, hey, this is like a cop, like this isn't out yet, like I've been working on this, blah blah blah. And he would play it, I guess, on tour with Abilities just to piss him off. And he would play it on repeat and not let him change it. So I ended up touring with Abilities after.
Yeah.
And he's amazing, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's better than me at chess, I'll admit it. Also, Shoop is better than me at chess.
Are you
Everyone
big
in
chess?
Wu-Tang, I was until every single person I make music with fucking beats me. So yeah.
Wait, so Wu-Tang plays? Well, you've played.
Yeah.
That okay? So like me, like just being a hip hop
chess
fan.
boxing, come on.
Well, like it's just me being a hip hop fan. It's
Jizza
just
would
so
pound
funny.
on the hotel room door, and Shoop and Dahlia would be gone somewhere, and I'd be sleeping. It'd be like 3 p.m. He'd be like, "Open the fucking door," and I'm like, "No, man, get out of here!" And I'd end up opening the door, and he would just set up his chessboard, and he'd beat me, and he'd be like, "This is where you went wrong," and he would like move backwards in moves. And be like, and this is where you like King's Pawn, whatever, like, and he would like
so
say,
he's
oh yeah, and he ended up giving Shoop and me separate books and be like, study these, so the next time we tour, you can like stand a chance. Shoop actually got really close. I don't know if Shoop beat him, but Shoop got really close to beating him.
No shit.
Yeah.
This is like obviously this is the stuff you don't like is not like public knowledge. So it's really cool to hear that you're just
I don't
like,
how many 2?
Yeah. It's just funny to hear that you're just like casually playing chess with members.
It wasn't
of Wu-Tang.
casual. I was trying to sleep. I was always trying to sleep. That was the running joke with Jizza too. He's like he's like this motherfucker. He either eats, drinks a lot, raps, or sleeps. That's all he does on tour. I'm like, that's tour, man. He's like, no, tour's about like exploring and playing chess and like interacting. I'm like, nah, man, not for me. Eat, drink, sleep, rap.
That's it.
Yeah.
that's pretty. Honestly, that's pretty cool. So D. Willie, who's here?
Hey, come here.
And come behind. No. He wants to ask, where are the other 8-9s? Yeah.
No, the 8 eyes.
8 eyes.
No, they. I'm asking you, where are the other 8 eyes?
1, 2, 3. It's not. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, you asshole. Shout out to D. Willie, by the way.
Yeah, the homie. This is where James comes in. Would you ever do
do you know this guy?
No, this is on you. This is on
this
your
is me. All right.
Would you ever do a secret side project as a SoundCloud rapper?
No.
Wait a minute. Question: would you ever?
I might fucking have to now. I'll release all the shit that like
you pretty
wasn't
much
good enough.
are because you have 7 groups.
Oh.
So those are all, and they're all secrets.
None of them are on SoundCloud.
Yeah, they're none of them.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Would you?
Here we go. 50.
Have you ever done like not parody hip hop, but like yeah, okay.
Yeah, my whole career. No, I have.
Okay. Now, can we find that, or is that long? Like
Yeah,
MySpace days?
Oh, it's on. I was gonna say go on SoundCloud. It's on Bandcamp. There's a Free Music Volume 1 where I couldn't sell it because it's stolen.
Speaking of, we have your number one fan, Kate Sutherland, who is asking for the Pat Benatar song, and she always tries to look for it on Spotify. And I just
can't be on Spotify because
I
it's
just told her. I said it's really
Eyyenine.bandcamp.com.
By the way,
Trying to get me
guys.
sued, Kate.
By the way, like.
You a lawyer?
Like,
you gotta back me up?
you always like, I think when you do the Pat Benatar song,
I'm
it throws
wasted.
everyone. No, it throws everyone for a loop.
Here's a good story. The very first show I did with RZA in Brooklyn, I did the whole set. People were liking it. I ended with the Pat Benatar song. I did the verse. People were like, yeah. The chorus kicks in with Pat Benatar singing, and every single person in that venue just went like this. And I look at Shoop and I go, fucking cut it.
That's
so
it.
he just like cuts it, and I just do a spoken word, and people were like, yeah, and I was like, all right, see you later. And I'm at the merch table, and some fucking drunk asshole comes up to me. He goes, hey man, your set was really good, but that last fucking song sucked. And I go, hey, thanks. And he goes, no, seriously, like, what were you even thinking? And I go, I was thinking that I should never do that song again. He goes, yeah, like, your verse was good, but the chorus, come on. And I go, are you gonna buy anything, or like, there's like a line. He did. I think he may have bought. Oh yeah, he bought a T-shirt. He's like, I'm buying this out of spite. I'm like, whatever, dude. Money's money. Like, fuck off. But yeah. And then for that rest of the tour, I didn't do that song again. And it wasn't for like 2 years later when Far Out made, shout outs to Far Out, made me bring that song out of retirement.
That's cool. Well, speaking of, I don't know if he's next, but I know he does have. He does.
Does it?
Speaking of Far Out, does it suck being you?
It does when I'm on tour with Far Out.
I wonder if he's watching.
He's probably not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's probably too busy being a shithead somewhere. No, does it suck being me? I guess. Does it suck being anyone? Like, are you good? How are you right now?
I'm doing well.
Does it? No, I think the quote was, "Does it just suck being you?"
Does it just suck being you?
Yeah. No, thank you for editing his grammar because he's a terrible fucking writer. No, I guess, yeah, yes.
And let's talk about Far Out real quick, because you go on tour with him all the time.
Fuck him. No, yeah, he's cool.
I asked him, and it was like, I was like, oh, maybe they're not that cool.
What, Far Out Nine?
Yeah, because I asked him, I was like, oh, does like Eyenine have something weird that he puts in his rider when he does shows? And he goes, no. And I go, Oh, never.
Yes, I do.
That motherfucker.
Yes, I fucking do.
What do you have?
Because we don't have a rider on the shows that we do. It's like DIY.
Yeah.
When we did the RZA tour, my manager at the time, Adam, shout out to Adam, who does all my tattoos, Adam Gray, we can like link stuff later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we put out a rider, and it was like a fucking fifth of Jack Daniels, a bag of smart food popcorn, a box of M&Ms with the green ones taken out. We just did this entire thing, and like every show we went to was like a water and like chips, and I'm like, fuck, I hate chips. But no, we had crazy.
Because I asked him because I wanted to like just supply it just to fucking be an asshole and just be like, all right, here's your M&Ms with no greens.
I actually have. When you were asking for an XL shirt, I almost gave you one of the Far Out and Eyenine shirts, which is in that box.
Oh, actually, let's talk about this. So this is my favorite shirt. So I'm so happy you gave me this. This is my favorite like merch. Period. Like
shout outs to Josh Tatro for that. At Mr. Josh Tate.
Is there
Josh Tate?
Is there an actual maze in this? Like if I started from chopsticks.
Funny you ask that. I asked for that, and he goes, "What are you, like an asshole? Like, I'm not gonna do that." He thought it was a dumb idea. I honest to God asked him to make the hair a maze or the ramen a maze, and he was like, "That's stupid." There you go. That was the first fucking question about the
first question because I was like, "Oh, like I'll be able to get to." Nope.
I fucking wanted it. It didn't happen.
You just did it.
I even bought. So the last time I drunk purchased something, I ended up taking Amazon off my phone. My old phone.
Because you kept drunk purchasing stuff?
Yeah, Ralph, what's his name? Ralph Heyman. It was like Amazing Mazes, Volume 1 and 2, and it was like this book. I ended up drunk buying that, and it showed up to my door when I was like, I found it when I was drunk too, which was like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
And like I was like reading through it because I had it as a child, and I'm like taking pictures and sending it to Josh. I'm like, dude, this is what I want for my next thing. Like, make the hair or the ramen in the shirt, and he's just like, shut up. Dude, like, that was his answer.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
So,
wicked
great.
funny. Next question is from. Well, I just know him as Louis de Mouth, but his kshab is wants to know, how do you keep your hair so maney? Is there a picture of you with short hair out there, or were you just born like that?
Yeah, there's picture. What? Was I just born like this? Do you know how fucking babies are born? They're not born. Okay. Jesus Christ.
All right, so I'm gonna apologize not to this kid. I'm gonna apologize to Nick because the wrath of Eyenine.
Who's Nick?
Nick Hampshire.
Wait, is that
No,
him?
no. But coming up, I mean, he's going to get some.
Wait, is that the next one?
We
should go to break before
coming.
that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm like.
Okay. No, I wasn't just born like this. Obviously, that's not how fucking human babies are born. Yes, there are pictures of me without short hair. Where's my wallet? Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, is fucking right. We'll do this real quick. Ready? Boom.
Whoa.
Oh, I kept it. Yeah, I kept it.
You guys can see it in the 5-second delay.
Yeah.
He's not pulling that out ever again. What is that?
It's a license from when I was like 16. All you have to do is when you go to renew your license, just say you lost it. I have all of my licenses. It's great. It's like a
book.
Yes, there were pictures of me with short hair. I actually got my haircut for this interview.
Oh shit! I should have done the same thing. I look like you, but like a before and after picture. Like if I grow my hair.
Before and after what? Prison?
Oh fuck. We'll go to the next question. All right.
No,
so we're gonna take a break.
You.
Fuck you, Nick.
Right.
Actually, he always randomly gets like talked about in the podcast. We're gonna take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. I gotta piss like a racehorse.
Me too.
And we will be right back. All right, we need to piss because I know Nick is about to get the wrath of Eyenine. So Nick Hampshire wants to know, and I'm gonna butcher this name. Why is Evangelion
Nope.
so overrated?
Evangelion.
Yeah, that's so off. Make sure you're super drunk before answering this.
All right, here, cheers.
Cheers.
I think I have a couple to drink in the break. Anyway.
It's fine. I don't even know what this is. Is it an anime?
Neon Genesis Evangelion, yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I looked. That's the first thing that popped up, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess it's anime."
First of all, It's probably gonna be backwards, I think. If I can get the goddamn sleeve out. Yeah, nerve right there, Evangelion. It's not overrated, Nick. I would say, I would say, if anything, it was underrated for its time. It got a lot of hate, especially at the end. The studio Gainax or Gainax, if you're an asshole, they ran out of money for the last 2 episodes, and Hideaki Anno, the writer and director, got death threats for years.
Really?
And
do you know how come? Or
yeah, because they ran out of money for the last 2 episodes were like an existential crisis inside the mind of the main character, and it would just have like glimpses of what's going on in the outside world. And that's how it ended, with like his whole family and friends being like, "Hey, congratulations!" Even though the world ended. Spoiler alert. Everyone fucking dies. So, and then years later, he made the end of Evangelion, which was to counter the death threats that he got for years. And I don't think it's overrated. I think it was rated properly. It didn't stand the test of time because it's like 4:3 and it's not widescreen.
Okay.
And because of that, Studio Kara, which is remnants of Studio Gainax, they're remaking the show, the rebuild of Evangelion.
Okay.
The 3rd one just came out, and that's actually, here's a promo. If you look up, Third Impact is the one that I just released last year, and what was the other one? It's with Witness from Minneapolis. Splitting of the Breast, which is episode fucking 16. I'm gonna get hate mail for that later. It's an Evangelion side project that I'm doing called the Human Instrumentality Project, which is part of the anime.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a lot of people that like hate anime, but they love Miyazaki films, which is insane to me because Disney bought Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli back in the day. Okay. Miyazaki's best friend from growing up is Hideaki Anno, the guy who did Evangelion, and in his final movie, even though they have one more now, the Wind Rises, the main character's voice is Hideaki Anno. Okay. Who he gave him his first ever voice acting role,
yeah.
just because they were best friends growing up. So it's
shit.
Yeah, like, and it's spawned countless imitators over the years, like Sosuke no Aquarion and a bunch of other things. It actually does. I found out recently. Did you see the new Devilman Crybaby? It's on Netflix. Devilman's from like the 70s, and that's how it, like, they kind of framed the end of Evangelion. Okay. The end of Evangelion. So yeah. Huh. There's a lot of anime history there. But it's not overrated. Fuck you, Nick.
See, me, like, I'm very basic when it comes to anime.
Make sure you're super drunk. I'm glad that you put the apostrophe in your, because I would have called you on that.
With anime, I'm, like, very, very basic. I mean, I have, like, Death Note, like, One Punch Man, Reboot, and that's
Reboot?
And that's about it.
Reboot? With dot matrix?
We talked about this.
We did. That's not so anime. That's Canadian.
It's CGI Canadian shit.
It's not even. Yeah. Jesus. I love that show. You know, there's a fucking remake of that. That's
gross.
Live action.
It's so gross.
But it has all the characters in it.
Yeah. Well, it's like kids that go into the Matrix now or whatever. Yeah. Like they like. I don't know. It's.
But it has like dot matrix, and it has hexadecimal as the bad girl, bad lady. I don't know.
Yeah, and then megabyte.
Megabyte. Yeah.
Yep. Like, which they redid it all. So like
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. So
all I know is like the end of Reboot landed with like everyone dying because of a computer virus, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then they like I know, and I think that's the thing with like a bunch of animes is where like if they don't build enough steam, like. They almost have to end like a lot of those that way where they just end it abruptly. I was actually like, not to get into Death Note, but like because like a lot of people like that's the go-to startup anime.
10 years ago, yes.
Is like the second season bothered me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good at all.
No, it was about Light versus L. That's it. That's all anyone cares about.
That's all we wanted. And then all of a sudden they had M and N or whatever it was.
I haven't looked this up, but I heard that there's like the director's cut of the anime, which doesn't have that second season in it.
Really?
I can't verify that, but I've heard things. It may have been like a lie, but
yeah, it might have been like.
I'm gonna hold true to that and hope that's what they wanted because the second season sucks.
It's so bad.
That anime was overrated, even though I love Death Note. That anime like blew the doors off of things. And Evangelion didn't. Evangelion flew under the radar.
Yeah, because I had
That's
never
why I'm like, if anything, it's underrated.
Yeah, because I had never heard of it. And what do you feel about all these new animes being remade into live action movies like Death Note and such.
Bleach was great.
Was it?
Yeah, watch it. It's on Netflix. The Bleach live action was also it was actually good. What's another live action one? The Full Metal Alchemist one was pretty good.
Because Netflix is picking up a lot of these.
Yeah.
They must have a very big anime fan base for them to be investing or buying out movies to be on Netflix exclusive.
So. Yeah.
So
I mean, they have like Netflix exclusive animes. The new Baki the Grappler is coming out in a month.
okay. They had one with Jaden
Sins.
Smith. I don't know which one that was.
After Earth.
Jaden Smith was doing like voice acting on it.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, it wasn't rated well.
He did just come out with a song called like Super Saiyan Goku or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't listen to him. What? No.
That was Denzel Curry.
No, I've heard that song. That's Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God.
Superman, right?
Or Super Saiyan Superman by Super Saiyan Superman is maybe you're right. Shout out to Denzel Curry. He's fucking amazing.
So with the new generation of hip hop, because obviously if you're associated very closely with Wu-Tang, who of the new generation are you a fan of? Because I'm sure
what constitutes new generation. Does Kendrick Lamar count?
I guess so. Yeah, people that have come out like 2010s, I guess, or in the last few years. Is there anyone? Is there anyone you're watching that's under the radar right now?
Or, I mean, I thought Denzel Curry was, but apparently he's not.
No. You can say Denzel Curry. That's a totally valid choice.
Prof.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I mean, he's kind of blowing up now.
I just saw him. He was over at. See, I don't. Yeah.
Come on.
No, I don't. I
mentioned him in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, I just I went like this. I was like, yeah,
this guy.
Yeah.
Somebody like a bunch for him. I am at 13 higher than him.
It's because people like you more. I think.
I don't think that's why. I honestly don't think that's the reason. I'm gonna drink just for that comment.
So because we spoke a little bit about anime and your gaming history, the one thing I want to kind of close out the podcast, and we'll talk about others. We ran out of Instagram questions. Is the Smash story mode, which is very reminiscent of like a lot, like they're doing it completely different. And there's a lot,
in the new one.
Yes, in the new one.
I have not been following the new one.
So I'm gonna show you right now.
What was it? The Wii version that had the good story mode?
Brawl.
Was that
the subspace?
Wii, right? Yeah, the subspace something.
Yeah, that was Wii.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So
are they bringing that back? Because the one after Brawl didn't have that.
It wasn't
right?
good. Yeah, no.
Or just
it was like I think it was based off of Melee, right? Based off of Melee.
Kind of. It was like classic mode.
Did you do the board game one on the Wii U?
Blech.
Dude, okay. So,
no way!
Yeah,
no way do you like the board game!
Okay, I'm sure my friend Doogie isn't watching this, but an old friend of mine, Doogie, we played we played all of them, but we were playing the Wii U and we were like, what the fuck is this? And it was like, we did not know what was going on for the first like 2 times we played it, but then we got it, and it's kind of cool. Like, it's a good mode.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, what do you need? What do you need, Justin?
Well,
It's a little above low key. Thanks, Dill. Hey, grab a chair if we're gonna talk about video games.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop up this clip because
what clip?
Right here. This is honestly the real finale. Let us know how it sounds.
You said it was the finale earlier.
They showed this right after. Can you turn it up on the TV?
You know, not actual gameplay footage is always good. Oh man.
I know.
I'm so glad I didn't watch these before.
It's so funny because we're just nerding out right now. We're just like,
about 10.
Oh yeah, Martha speaks English in this version.
What? Why?
Because they localized every single language. We're not even talking. We're just.
Who's that? Get him, Link. Oh, now you're dead. Get him, Samus. Dead. Zelda, immediately dead. She sucks. Sonic, you can outrun that. Come on. The fuck? Pokemon trainer, get fucked. You're dead. No, couldn't even get in your car. Nobody likes Splatoon. Oh, Falco got fucked up. hope this means the death of all of them.
Oh, there goes Snake.
Diddy Kong. Oh. Wii Trainer should have never been a character. Fuck that. I don't care. Kirby. Kirby's my man.
Is he?
I'll fuck you up with Kirby. Yeah.
No way.
Look at how long he lasts.
No way.
That's because Kirby's the best. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Kirby. He'll get fucked in the end. No, he warped out of it. Kirby's safe. Yeah.
It's that Sakurai bias. Sakurai did the Kirby games.
Thanks. No, Kirby's the shit. Yeah, Kirby's the only one that survived. Fuck everyone that says Kirby's cheap.
And then we'll keep going. I'm sorry for those of you guys tuning
apologize.
out.
This is way better than what we were talking about.
So this is the new spirit mode where all your spirits. And now they put vocals behind the.
Oh, thanks.
Before it was just like instrumental only, and they just announced this.
Yeah. Closed captioning provided by JB.
So this is gonna be the story mode, which is really, I'm excited for it.
Good. Hopefully Mario's dead.
Almost seems like they're duplicating them.
What is this? Fighters?
Look at
oh,
this.
I like the map.
Yeah,
Okay.
the maps are really cool. And then
Fighters did this. Dragon Ball Fighters did this. Fuck this. They're literally with the shadow clones with the red eyes. They fucking did this already. That's the whole story mode of Dragon Ball Fighters. Yeah. I mean, the maps look great. I'll give them that. But the fucking story, C-. Get original, Nintendo. No, literally. Can we
you can surf on Lapras.
Can we bring up a video of the Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Fighters story trailer?
Yeah,
it's literally the same fucking thing. Gray characters with red eyes.
Pop it up in the background.
Yeah.
Well, you won't be
I'm
able
lying.
to see this.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Ooh, Affinity. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check that out on YouTube. Now, here's a question. Do you think Super Smash Bros. Ultimate copied the story mode from the most successful fighting game of all time? Dragon Ball Fighters. It's the most successful fighting game on launch of all time.
I don't know.
That's literally the exact same story mode.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna see if I can do it quickly.
I like that you type in www.youtube.com into the Google search bar, which does that for you. He just did that, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry,
you couldn't see
I'm about
it.
to add us a bunch of drinks because this is done. Feel free to just talk about yourself. Dragon Ball Z.
It's not Z. It's Dragon Ball Fighters with a Z. Yeah. Fighters trailer. Story trailer. That's not how you spell it at all. Fighters Z. Yeah.
No one can see this, so we're good.
Older Dragon Ball Z game that was similar to that we were saying, but it was a board game.
Let me see if I can do this real
On
quick.
Budokai
Oh,
2?
jeez. How are you at 56?
I'm at 50. What was I at before?
53.
All right, well, fuck
And
it.
I was at 40, and now I'm back at 40. Let me see if I can duplicate this real quick. All right.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The
Are you
point
sure?
is Smash. You can look it up for yourself. Smash ripped off the story mode from Fighters. Like, literally, the whole trailer for it was, all these clones of Goku and Krillin and everyone.
Yeah.
They're gray clones with red eyes, and that's the whole story mode.
So
And it's the most successful fighting game release of all time.
So you're disappointed by that?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Because Smash Brothers is one of the best fighting games of all time.
I'm just stoked
series.
because Smash Ultimate is something that there's no
You can't throw Ultimate on it without being Ultimate.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I would
time
have
will
felt
tell.
bad if it was like if they backtracked. You know what I mean? Because you have
Right.
Melee Brawl 4.
Like Dynasty Warriors 9 backtracked until
Really?
they just released the update last week.
What do you mean?
Well, like I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, Dynasty Warriors 9 came out for $60, and there was no couch co-op and no online
Okay,
co-op.
yeah. And
A 5 or 6 had that. And then last week, after a game, you can pick it up at GameStop for $20. They added online and offline co-op in a free update.
I don't get it. Like, I don't get how they like the creators of all these games don't realize
57.
the best way to just like scare off an audience. Like they consistently do it. I mean, having Piranha Plant instead of like a big announcement was just
like Waluigi. People,
if they would, even though Waluigi is just a Nintendo character and it's not like a cloud. All right, are you touching anything? What's going on,
Murphy?
I'm not even touching anything. I'm like, we keep switching. I think it's because you're here. I think we're cursed or something because
it's fine.
But yeah,
what else we got?
I think that's it.
Do shout outs?
Yeah, do shout outs. Tell the people what to look out for and let them know why they should listen to Eyenine.
I think you need to tell if you're listening to me more than once a day, you need to talk to your therapist about that. I have a new album coming out, A Little Above Low Key. I have a new album with The Lonely Ghosts, Eyedea and The Lonely Ghosts, Reason for Departure. I have a Human Speakers album with Seth on Gray Street, or is now Seth on Gray with DJ Myth. DJ Myth also does the cuts on A Little Above Low Key with El Chupacabra doing. Yeah, shout out to DJ Myth, best DJ in the state. I have to fight like 4 people for saying that. I don't care.
Do you actually? While you're talking,
shout outs to Dylan. Oh no, this side.
Do you
backwards? Shout out to Dylan.
Do you want
shout outs to Mr. Burns and Jarv.
Talk? Do you want any of your songs? You want to play?
Play They Might Be
Bullet?
Giants song.
Oh
yeah. All right, fine. Play Bullet or Orbit. God damn it.
We don't have to.
No, do it.
We can do whatever you want.
I'm not gonna hear it.
Before this ends.
Hey, come here.
Come here.
Get in here.
Like you can't.
Pull
You
up a
can't
chair,
just
dude.
talk
Here,
from a distance.
Here, pull up a chair. Oh,
all right.
D. Dwilly.
Fuck?
You can't see
Eyenine,
yourself.
some people in the comments were asking if you'd be able to rap a little bit a cappella.
Oh yeah.
Before we ended this podcast. By the way, my name is D. Dwilly. I decided to step in because Eyenine invited me.
Oh, you got a chair and everything.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Oh yeah, you should rap because I think
I'd love to see because sometimes people rap a little worse. When
drunk?
they're
Not me.
when they're drunk.
I get
No?
that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
100%
well, yeah, I
there.
know that.
Hey, 39.
But I
know,
think
all right,
people were
38.
just really
You're at
curious as
63.
to.
Wait, when did that happen?
You're getting crushed. Well, I'm getting crushed. You're getting a lot of drinks. This
People
is
were
fucked.
just curious of hearing your
Yeah, I'm
technical
fucked up
ability while you were drunk.
Oh jeez.
So,
Oh,
is there
geez.
something you have like kind of prepared like a cappella that you could
There you go.
rap or freestyle or anything to
not going up,
the
though.
people watching while we're
Do
chilling?
you need me to reset it? Okay.
Yeah, because you should be at 40. I've seen
I've
it.
also been drinking the
You're
whole
good.
time.
All right.
Shout out to Deeds Willie.
Like 7-2.
All right. So you want like an
We just
acapella?
have Oh, then drop it.
Who's at 52?
Yeah, it should.
What?
Yeah, I got you. You're at 52.
Oh, well, what the fuck? I already drank
What
those.
am I at?
41.
Oh, all right.
Oh well, JB, take a few sips.
Yeah, you gotta.
Eyenine, you got bars?
Yeah, I got.
I got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. All right.
All right.
Right? These
Let's
are burnt
hear
too. Hold on. You need to drink 3 before I do this.
You need to spit up 11 drinks before you continue.
It's worse because I can see myself. All right.
You can look down.
Oh, I can look down?
Yeah, you can.
I have permission? All right, cool. So an
I grant you
acapella.
permission.
God damn it. All right. Passed on like a spreading disease, you'll be the last cast off in these terrible streets and put your mask back on when you're speaking to me. I gotta laugh, you're too easy to read. Well, what if I lit a fire under your feet? Is that the motivation you needed to get up and leave? Or would you take up arms with a trick up your sleeve and said you'd rather gather harm from not admitting defeat? If the fool is the part that you wanted to play, then you knew from the start what you wanted to say, but your youthful heart wouldn't start to decay. The truth is you want it that way. Isn't it sickening a little bit with just a hit of innocence? You'll finish when you finish this infinite list of ignorance. This is the part of the days that you'll miss because you'll never see a fire like this. Drink.
Yeah! Oh my god.
Like that. I don't know. Oh, that's straight.
Oh my god. You must be.
No, it's cool.
So let's.
I actually ran out of gas driving here just so I couldn't drive home drunk.
Bars.
That's.
I planned ahead.
That's. Honestly, I'm gonna.
No, it's cool because like that means I have to walk like 3 miles to a gas station. Exercise.
We'll take care of you. We'll figure
Bullet
it out.
orbit, really? All right.
Oh, turn it down. Turn it down.
So I wrote this about a letter that I had
one
to write to
second.
myself in senior year or freshman year of high school. I wrote a letter to myself when I was younger.
All right, let us know how the sound is on the podcast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you out to this song. So feel free to
tell me out on the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. I'll do. Well, you just freaking pour yourself a shot. I'm gonna pour myself a shot, and let us know how it sounds with us talking over it, and let us know why people should know Eyenine.
Fuck Dylan, why should they know me?
Eyenine, very impersonal person, likes video games, raps really fast, dope freestyler, hosts rap night at the Shaskeen in Manchester on Sunday nights. You should go through it because you can freestyle with this boy
Let's go
on
through
stage.
it. I'm curious.
Yeah, go. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off. I'm just trying to do some promo. Eyenine is super dope. I always enjoy his music. And he's a great guy. And I'm glad that he was able to come on ShotBet.
This is fun. Shout out to all the past guests. I know Jay Kelly, Mike Wing, Jay Kelly.
Jay
like
Kelly.
Like R. Kelly. But before him, but pre-R. Kelly was Jay Kelly.
How are we doing on the volume of the song? Higher? Yeah, okay. Just let it.
Oh, fuck it. Just download it. Buy it.
Yeah. You can find it on Spotify. That's what we're playing.
That's what we're playing
right now.
We're trying to switch it up and just do different things. I mean, enjoy the song.
But yeah, shout outs to Jarv, Mr. Burns, Dylan, Mike Wing, Far Out, Dwilly, again, Justin, JB, J-Zach. Fuck it, we're in New Hampshire,
yeah,
right?
Let's go.
ADM, Ill by Instinct, El Chupacabra, Sandbag as a whole, Rap Night as a whole, the Shaskeen, the Brick House, fucking my brother who has to deal with me drunk tonight. Yeah.
So when's your album coming out?
When's my album coming out? Fucking never, Dylan! I don't know. It's gonna come out, and you're gonna listen to it.
Are you hosting the Rap Night at the Shaskeen?
No, but I'll be there. Jesse and I switch off. But nice. Shout out to DJ Myth, obviously. I forgot him. Who else? Wu-Tang for dealing with my stupid ass. I'm looking at the screen trying to catch it. And
I know. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, did it 3 times. It's fine.
All right. Well,
cheers. Cheers to everyone that liked, and I think I won.
You won.
We didn't make 100 though, so what the fuck?
I know. What the fuck? Well, we will. We will. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good ending. Cheers. This was fun.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys, and we will see you next.
You guys took your shot?
No.
Oh fuck.
No. That's why I was saying cheers.
Cheers.
Fucking
all right. Cheers. I'll take a shot with you.
Yeah.
I'll
what?
drink with you.
What? Thank you guys for tuning for ShotBet. Jesus. All right. Have a good night, guys.